So with structured questioning, the idea is the interviewer wants to ask the exact same question to every candidate. And actually, it's really designed that way where they might be having a list of questions that's provided by their human resources or something that everybody in that manager's position or human resource person uses to ask the question the same way to every candidate. To the point where it's not even phrased differently or paraphrased, it's actually asked the exact same way, and usually from a script. I've done some structured interviews in the past and have either been told myself or taught others, like, don't deviate from the script, ask it the exact same way. And why is that? Why would they want to do that? Wouldn't they want to have more probing questions or unstructured questioning, which we're going to learn about next? And the idea is you want to use it to be fair, so you're asking the same questions the exact same way of every candidate. It's usually used early in the process, particularly for screening interviews, because the idea is you're being fair and maybe there's a legal consequence too as well. So to avoid discrimination lawsuits or anything, you're asking the same question of every candidate. Another reason that people use, organizations use structured questioning, where it's the same question, is sometimes many of the managers or people doing the interviews are not very good interviewers. They have a hard time coming up with their own questions, or they might unintentionally ask an illegal question or something, an uncomfortable question. By having a structured list of scripted out questions, then they can always follow the company line, follow the company direction, and not mess up the interview. So it's easy to ask. It's also easy to compare candidates because everybody's asked the same question. It's also much faster too. You don't have an interviewer trying to scramble in their own mind thinking, oh, what should I ask next, or anything of that nature. It's all structured. It's all laid out for them. And so your goal, like any other interview, is to shine with your answers, whether it's the structured question or an unstructured question where they might be probing more. To you, it's the same thing. You're getting asked a question. Tell me about your strengths and weaknesses. Well, that could be a structured question that way that'd be asked the same way with the tell me about your, and phrase that way, strengths and weaknesses. Might be exactly the same for all candidates, but for you, it doesn't really matter. You're still going to be asked the strength and weakness question. Another opportunity to use the STAR and CAR methods, particularly if these structured questions are around maybe a situational or behavioral type of question behind it. Tell me about a time when you had a difficult customer. Tell me about a time when you had to overcome a stressful situation at work. Those are kind of situational questions that we learn about in the question section and in the behavioral situational section. But the whole idea of structured questioning is it's the exact same questions to every candidate. Now let's talk about unstructured questions.